All right, guys, we're going to switch it up a bit. This is definitely a watch for the connoisseur. I don't really think this is a watch maybe for entry level for sure, for the first time watch buyer or something like that, unless it speaks to you, of course. But big thanks to my good friend Homer for lending in this Laco Cuxhaven. This is a manual wind watch with a beautiful display on the back. And I'm going to get you some close-ups of that in a minute. But let's break it down. Let's talk about the size of the watch first. This is a 42.6 millimeter. I think I read everywhere that it's 42.5. I measure 42.6. The lug to lug is 49.5 millimeter. The thickness is only 10.8. You can see there that crystal's almost flat. I almost feel like there's a little bit of a rise to it, but it's basically flat. 22 millimeter lug width. Comes on this really nice tan colored strap that does slightly taper down. You can tell it's of high quality, made in Germany. Yeah, it definitely tapers down 22 to 20 mil. It's labeled right on the backside, and this is the factory strap that it comes on. Super comfortable and soft feeling both on the top and bottom. Really nice strap. And you can tell it's been worn a little bit, and it breaks in nicely. So let's talk about the price of this guy, because that's also important. This is of high quality. This has actual thermal blued handset, both on the seconds hand down there in the sub register and the hour and minute hand, with a nice little button at the finish there to cap it off. The price on this guy, everywhere I see listed, is $1,190. Maybe on the used market, you're going to be able to score a deal on it, I'm sure. I'm not sure what kind of hit they take, but you can see that white dial. It also comes in a black dial. It's a different name, though. But this white dial almost has a slight sheen, almost like an enamel look to it. I'm not sure what material they actually use. But then that printing for the loom, that's actual C3 loom, and it has some depth to it. It's actually printed on there kind of thick. If you can get it the right angle, you can see that it definitely has some depth to it and a little bit of character. And it's also, matching green color on the hour and minute hand. So really well done with the loom. I'll do a loom shot at the end here, and you can see a signed crown. Really nicely done, not overpowering or at all. It almost tapers into an onion shape, but then it kind of just stubs off. I actually really like that. It has a coin bezel, brushed finishing pretty much all around except for on the bezel, and a little bit of polishing on the bottom side of the lugs. You can see that movement there. You can see all the jewels. Once you get that automatic rotor out of the way and you go with a manual wind movement, much nicer to look at. You have thermally blued screws. You have all the jewels that you can look at there, 17 jewels. This is the Laco 98 mechanical hand wind movement, but it's based off from the ETA 6498 movement. I'll put a link in the description to both to the Laco website and also to a really good article I found written up on this by, I think Kaz from Two Broke Watch Snobs wrote it up, and I'll put a link to that article in the description. It's really well written, so I'll put that in there. But let's bring this thing to life together, and you can watch it up close come to life. So it has a nice audible click. You can see on the larger wheel on the bottom there, the Laco insignia ratcheting, and then you can see it come to life. You get that hairspring wound up a little bit, and then she'll start spinning up to full speed. I'm not going to do that. I just wanted to bring it up to life for you guys. Always fun to see what's really happening once you get that automatic rotor out of the way. So that's why I kind of say this is kind of for the connoisseur. It's a little more geeky, if you will, or mechanical. It's just you can really see what's going on, and that makes it a little more special. So let me pop it on wrist for you. If you're interested, I am wearing my Breitling Colt. So I'll pop this guy on wrist so you can get a look at what it looks like on my 7.25 inch wrist. It's obviously a little bit bigger watch as it's intended to be, but it wears great because it's a thin profile. And that white dial makes it look big and have presence, but the case shape and everything like that still is totally wearable for sure. This is an excellent watch. So let's get a loom shot. Should probably show you another watch so you can have some perspective. Let's think outside the box for a second here. Let's bring in a diver, because that's pretty much all I have laying around anyways, divers. Like most of us that are into watches, we kind of gravitate towards the divers, but you can see it is next to a turtle here. You can see size-wise, it's not really too far off from, say, a turtle, or say maybe it's definitely smaller than a sumo, you know, but you just have such massive real estate on that sapphire crystal with an anti-reflective coating on the bottom side that it just makes that white really stand out. Like if you wear this watch, I can almost guarantee someone's going to say something. It has a really good wrist presence. It's very classic looking for sure. So let me show you a Loom Shot. This is just from the studio lights. I did not charge it. So you can see the hour and minute hand shine really good. And then the Arabic numbers and the little pips all the way around with a couple of little dashes there at the perimeter marks there shine as well. And because it's C3 Loom, it's holding its charge. It's not dropping off right away. So excellent watch. I was super happy to get this in to check it out and share it with you guys. Again, big thanks to Homer for lending in another awesome watch. He just keeps them coming. Big thanks. I'll see you guys in the next video.